What's up, everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Game of the Week show. I am your host, Matt Southwell, and joining me this week, my good friend, Ashley Dye.
Hello.
Just the two of us today, how it should be.
As they say.
Just the two of us. I'll stop now before we get copyrighted, but because it was so on point. Let's get on with the show. What? Do you want to start again without me singing? Yeah, I can't sing.
You should do singing on camera.
I shouldn't do singing on camera. So the Game of the Week show is a weekly show that normally three of us get together, but this week, as I said, just two of us. There you go, no singing that time. The two of us get together to talk about the latest news topics in the video game industry. We then go through the latest game releases for that week before each picking our favourite Game of the Week. If you're into video games and basically we do Let's Plays or anything video game related, you can find everything on thegamerinitiative.com, Facebook, Twitter, all of that is down below. So a good week for news.
Yeah, it's busy again. It's seeing a few things pick up.
Yeah, we will start off with the most important, and that's Xbox One related. Everyone at this table is sensible enough to have an Xbox One. Even when Dan's not here, we still get the Xbox One joking.
Oh, genius.
The free games have been announced. Obviously, we are in August already now, so those are live as of today. On the Xbox One, you've got Metal Gear Solid 5, Ground Zeroes. Less than a month to go now, Ash, till
I know.
Phantom Pain.
I can't wait. I actually picked up Ground Zeroes when it was on PlayStation Plus games in June. I still haven't played it because of Batman and everything else that's been going on, but I definitely want to get playing on it before Phantom Pain comes out.
Yeah, it's a good little way to obviously tie in. It's kind of like an extended demo is what they called it, or a prequel into the story. If you haven't picked it up, well, you're too late for PlayStation unless you want to pay for it, but you pick it up now for free on Xbox. Good that both services have done this.
Yeah,
it makes sense, I think, for Konami to get it out there to help people convince them to buy Phantom Pain. They've had enough bad PR lately.
I think the other thing as well is that Metal Gear Solid 4 was just such a long time ago. I mean, we're looking 08, 09, somewhere around there. It's a long time. Yeah. And I think this just helps keep people interested with the game coming up.
It doesn't matter whether or not you're new to this or if you've played all of them like I have, you still won't understand what's going on. So don't worry about that. I have no idea what's going on with the story. I need to play
with Snake.
I'm trying to play them all again, like as close as possible, but I'm running out of time. So 2, 3, 4 and Ground Zeroes to do this month. So fingers crossed. The second half of the month for Xbox One, Ground Zeroes is there the whole month, but this will be there from the 16th to the 15th of September. Wow. Yeah. How to Survive, the Storm Warning Edition. This is a zombie game. It's kind of 3D but top down, and it's a shooter but also a collector. You collect a lot of items and kind of put them together, weld them. What's the word? There's a word for
join, combine.
Craft.
That's
the one.
Craft.
There we go.
If I knew what you were going on about, I could have helped.
Yeah, Craft. I hadn't even read it in my notes, otherwise I would have.
Right, okay.
But yes, this is another zombie game. Ash, we haven't got enough of those.
Yeah, I know. It is another zombie game, but I suppose it's linked, to this. But it's just another bloody zombie game, isn't it?
It is what it is.
Yeah.
360 side, I actually like what they've done this month.
Yeah.
We've got Metro 2033 for the first half of the month, and then Metro Last Light for the second half of the month. So these are sequel games, 1 and 2 in order as well. First person shooters.
Sequential.
What did I say?
Sequence games. But the word you're looking for was sequential.
I like my word. Okay. Sequence games.
Sequence.
Sequence.
The Metro games,
you played them?
Oh, no, but I'm definitely going to be.
You got 360?
No, but I'll find a way of playing them.
Okay. Yeah, they are remastered for the new gen.
For Xbox One.
And for PS4.
And for PS4, so I've got a choice. But no,
you haven't got a choice. It'll be PS4.
Yeah, okay, it'll be PS4. But no, the Metro games, they look amazing. I can't believe I've not played these before.
No? I thought you would kind of enjoy these. You look like the shooters, so...
I don't know how I've missed these. I really don't.
But yeah, so make sure you go and check those out if you are a 360 owner. Even if you're an Xbox One owner, you can still log in and maybe try and get these, because you never know. Backwards compatibility, they might come onto Xbox One. Probably not, considering they've got the remastered, but you never know. So make sure you initiate all of those downloads for the month of August. We'll move on then to the PlayStation side, because they've also been announced this week. A good month here for PlayStation. PS4, we've got Lara Croft and the Temple of Osiris, which is, we talked about fairly recently. It's quite a new game.
It is pretty new. It's only a couple of months old. But yeah, there's a little bit different to your normal sort of Lara Croft. This is more of a top-down, isn't it? It's sort of a half game, isn't it? It's a
yeah. It's not what you would consider your normal Lara Croft experience.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of multiplayer co-op based in here, and they're supposed to be pretty good. I haven't played. This is a sequel. I haven't played the first or all of this one, so. Looking forward to giving that a go, because also on the PS4 we've got Limbo, which is a game I've already played, but it is still awesome. Ash, you completed it as well, didn't you?
It's amazing. Seriously, if you've not played Limbo, if you've not seen Limbo, check it out. If you're not a PS Plus member, now is the time. Limbo, you cannot miss Limbo. It's an amazing game. One of the best I've played for a long, long time.
And that's coming from someone who's not overly big on their platformers as well.
Yeah, that's it. I love the platform aspect, but it's the puzzle aspect. The puzzles are so clever. I mean, I don't know if I call it a puzzle. It's more of a sort of, I suppose it is, but it's like a real sort of mystery. You have to really think about what you're doing, and because it's done in this sort of grayscale, black and white, the art looks so good as well. It's a really, really good game.
I completely agree. Although I will say, right now, as in today, Monday, is the time to be a PlayStation Plus owner, because you need to get Rocket League, because today is the last day that Rocket League will be available for free.
It is.
If you haven't got it yet, make sure you get it, because it's different to Limbo, but it is still also a very, very
it's a little bit different to Limbo.
just a smidge. But yeah, so make sure you get those. And we have got more games on the PS4. These are crossed by PS4, PS3 and Vita. We've got Stealth Inc. 2 and Sound Shapes. We talked about Stealth Inc. fairly recently when it came out. It's weird now, we're seeing all these games that kind of I recognise and resonate with, because we've talked about them on the show.
Yeah, we have.
That was a platform game. I believe you were kind of like an alien trying to escape a warehouse area, from my memory.
It is, yeah.
So there's that one. Sound Shapes is a very weird kind of sound game. It's like a...
Just going to say, it's not very clear exactly sort of what it is, but it's peculiar and different.
Yeah, it's I think a lot of people have heard of it. It's a name of a game that's been kicking around a while. It's very kind of therapeutic in its gameplay. So one to definitely check out, more of the experience thing rather than you playing it for like the solid core gameplay.
Yeah, I think so. Again, it seems it's sort of like a platformer again, isn't it? It's sort of A to B, jumping across things and finding a way through. It's.
Then on the PS3 and Vita, we also have Castle Storm Complete Edition. I believe this is a tower defense game. I didn't actually write anything down stupidly. I think this is we've talked about it also fairly recently, but either way, it's not one that, of all the lists, it's probably the one I would be least interested in.
Yeah, I would say so. It's definitely the lesser known.
And then God of War Ascension closing out the list on PS3. God of War, obviously everyone's heard of that. Pretty awesome. I never played Ascension. I would play it if it wasn't on PS3, because I can never go back to that DualShock 3 now. After experiencing the 4.
I know. And then they were, it's funny, we keep sort of going back to this conversation of they were looking at having the new DualShock compatible with the PS3, and you have one or two games that it works with seamlessly, and then others it just doesn't work with at all. I really think that Sony needs to get onto that, because that's the one thing that stops me going back to my old PS3 games, is I just don't.
I guess the question is though, I mean, the PS4 is selling so well. In fact, 25.3 million copies.
Yes.
Sold. That was announced this week. We're kind of jumping a bit ahead, but they sold so many of that. Do they really still need to care about their PS3 base? I mean, I know that sounds a bit ignorant. Companies should always respect their previous customers and stuff like that, but
yeah,
everyone seems to be, I don't know what the numbers are on PS3, but everyone is buying the PS4, so they should be focusing on making that experience the best it can, rather than worrying about what effectively is dying tech for them. It's not a priority. Like there'll be small updates here and there to fix things, but
I know. Yeah, you're right.
It needed to be done within the first year. I think if they hadn't done it within the first year, then now is the time where the support just dwindles.
It does.
We'll talk more about console sales in just a minute, but whilst we're still on the PlayStation Plus side, we should mention that there's a new feature coming out where Sony, officially it was a rumour. Officially it was a rumour? That's not right.
No.
Initially it was a rumour, and then Sony made it official via their blog.
It's an official rumour.
Official rumour, goddammit, and I won't hear anything to the contrary. So basically, now PlayStation Plus users, rather than just being given their games, will actually get an option to vote. There'll be 3 games and you get to pick, and there'll be like a countdown clock for it, and whichever game wins will be your free game for the month. And then the other 2, they won't just completely go away, they'll still be available at a discounted price, but just not 100% discount.
Yeah.
And I thought that was...
I think it's nice. It's nice to give gamers that option, that choice. Even if what you decide to vote for doesn't win and doesn't get the 100% discount in the PlayStation Plus free game for the month, at least you've had your chance to have a say.
Yeah.
I think it's nice. It's a nice touch.
Yeah, it's not gonna. The problem I have with it is that people are always moaning about the quality of the games.
Yeah.
I was like, Indie Station 4, blah 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 blah. It's like, well, why is indie a bad thing? There's so many good indie games. You just talked up Limbo. Indie game. Everyone is loving Rocket League, technically indie game. So
with all these things, you've got to look at it over the long term. You've got to look over a 12-month period. If you're paying, what is the PS Plus?
40 quid a year?
Yeah. You pay £40 a year. What do you get for that 12-month period? You can't look at it on a month-by-month basis. If you get 3 or 4 games in the year that you really like, and then 1 or 2 that are okay, I think you've got your money's worth. You're not going to like every game. No one expects you to like every game, but I think as long as there are a few in there, half a dozen that are okay, and 1 or 2 that are really good, you've got your money's worth.
Exactly. That's exactly how I look at it. And it's not just these games. We get exclusive discounts on certain games as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I bought Journey last week before last. When did it come out?
Last week.
Yeah, and I got, it wasn't much, it was 10%, but it was like an extra £2, so that's £2 there. But you do that on a lot of games. I've bought a lot of games in the sales where
it adds up.
You've got extra on it, and it does add up. Basically, what I'm saying is, quit your fucking moaning.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's coming now. I don't know exactly when that's coming. But
I don't know when it's actually going to go live, but it's a rumour sort of confirms official now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's go back to these console sale units. We were talking just before about PS4 selling 25.3 million copies. Not even been out 2 years, which is amazing. What's even more amazing is that they're doing it without any real big PS4 exclusives. I mean, you've got these smaller games like Rocket League, Resogun, like all of these great small games, but what's that big? I mean, I bought it for Infamous at the start.
Yeah.
But a lot of people even say that that's not actually the best Infamous, which I would probably agree with. I think 2 is the best, but that was what I bought it for. It was definitely felt next gen. But since then, what do we had? The Order. A lot of people didn't really like The Order.
Yeah, there was a lot of bad. It was a short game, wasn't it?
Yeah. Bloodborne, which is not my type of game, but I understand why people would have bought it.
Let's not talk about Bloodborne.
How many minutes did you play of Bloodborne?
10 minutes.
And then you died how many times in those 10 minutes?
A few. And I was like, right, I need to figure out what I'm doing here. And I've not gone back to it since, so yeah. But you're right, there's been nothing that's been monumental in terms of an exclusive game for the PlayStation that's just given it that oomph.
There's no Uncharted 4 basically yet.
Well, yeah, not yet. And I think that may be, one of the selling points for it, and we could see a big surge in consoles then.
A big surge. This is already... Their most successful PlayStation console is the PS2, selling over 100 million. To put it in perspective, it took them 3 years to sell this amount of consoles.
Yeah.
And they've done it in less than 2 years this time.
They have.
Which is... I don't think it speaks just for the PS3 4 though. I think it just speaks of how many more gamers there are out there now.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think we're in a different sort of world now than we were in the previous gen. You know, people do have, I would say probably people do have more, you know, if you look at when we were kids, we didn't really have a lot, you know, but you look now and you look at our parents, they didn't have a lot. But so, you know, as generations move on and as time moves on, you know, people have the ability to have more and more. They have more disposable income. They want more. They can have more. There's more availability, more competition on price. So yeah, I think I think you know they've got access to a lot more information. And gaming
it's more socially acceptable now. A lot more socially acceptable.
It's gaining traction. It's not for your nerds and your people that just stay indoors and have no friends like it was once considered.
Well, I'm still both of those categories.
I was gonna make a comment about there are the odd one or two that still sit indoors and have no friends, but yeah, I think it is just gaming is just if it's cool to be a gamer now. I think it's more socially acceptable.
Yeah. Well done to Sony though for that milestone. It's pretty.
25 million's a big number. And I still think that, come Uncharted 4, come next year, we've got Christmas sales coming up, which, is always going to be a big surge in sales. We've got, and then spring for Uncharted, that's going to be, again, another surge. So it's,
looking good.
It won't take long before they get to 30, 40 million.
I'm hoping that Xbox will catch up at Christmas because the big releases are either Xbox or third party. So I think most people looking for consoles this Christmas, if they are Uncharted fans, they'll be like, well, just get me this console anyway because all the big ones like Fallout are third party, and I'll just have it for when Uncharted comes.
Yeah.
But Xbox, no official numbers really, but if we look at VG charts, they're a little bit further behind, almost double. They're around the 13 million unit, and we had an announcement this week that the Wii U's surpassed 10 million, which shows you how far behind the Wii U is, considering it was out almost like a year before these guys. And poor old Nintendo.
I think we said after E3 this year when we had our show, we did say about how whilst Xbox is really lagging behind Sony, but behind the PlayStation 4, I think Xbox in the next 6 months do have a better lineup, and maybe further out have a better lineup in terms of exclusivity and choice of games.
If the gap now is 10 million, my prediction is by the end of the year they might reduce it to maybe 7 million or something, or 8 million. Not a huge kind of close enough, but it's going to take a long time to make up that gap.
Yeah,
because Sony has all the momentum.
Yeah, they do.
We'll move on. Another game that has actually been announced that people could consider, hopefully for next year, but I wouldn't hold my breath. Mafia 3. 2K have officially confirmed this game. It's been rumoured for a while. I think we've talked about voice actors being on, about URLs being registered and stuff like that. We don't have any more real information than that at the moment. There's going to be a trailer at Gamescom this week on Wednesday, so depending on when you're watching the video, it might actually already be live. It's highly possible. You might not even be watching this till. Might be no one watching. Probably no one watching. Do whatever you want. It's like walk off camera,
bananas,
strip, whatever. What do you think of this game? Excited for the announcement?
Yeah, I really am. I think Mafia is one of those games. Hopefully they can just improve slightly. I think on Mafia 2, Mafia it's a good story. It reminds me a little bit of some sort of past GTA games in a way. It's that same kind of feel, that same kind of story. It's a little bit similar to sort of GTA 4-ish Mafia 2, where you are in your city. You're just a nobody really looking to make it and be someone. And I think the story's well done. I think if they can just get the sort of engine working and a lot more of the graphics and interface and the story's good, the voice acting's good, I think, and I think if they can just round it off with a bit more
polish,
that's a good word. Then it'd be a good game. But certainly a very good franchise, Mafia. Yeah.
I loved the first one. I had it on my PC, and I remember playing it at the time. It was around the time when if I was PC gaming at the time, it was probably around the time of GTA Vice City, because I also had Vice City on PC, maybe GTA 3 Vice City, that kind of era. And I remember thinking how much as good as GTA was, this was actually maybe even better because it was just like you could get tickets from the police for speeding, stuff like that, and it was just like you had to adhere to like all the proper rules. It was like that little bit extra realism, and there's a good variety in stories, like typical mafia kind of killing people and putting them in the ocean.
Yeah.
And then like having to go and jump in a race car and race a circuit because their driver had been like offed, and that car needed to win because they had all their dirty money in on that car winning and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I think if you like GTA, the GTA franchise, then Mafia is definitely a game for you.
Yeah.
It's got very, very similar. But it is just very similar to GTA. But some would argue maybe better in some respects. Story or otherwise.
More to come once the trailer.
Yeah,
we'll have a lot of Gamescom stuff next week.
Yeah, we've got some high hopes for that anyway.
Alright, closing out the news this week, and unless you've been living under a rock, you may or not have heard that Hulk Hogan from WWE has, let's just say, used some inappropriate language in places, which has put him in a bit of a bad light, a bit of hot bother with certain people. Now, we're not going to go down that rabbit hole on this show.
No, we're not.
We're staying well away from that because it's probably for the best.
I think so. Yeah.
But what we are here to say is that following this kind of WWE kind of cutting their ties with him, 2K have also now confirmed that he's not going to be in the game. They released a statement basically saying, we're highly respectful of the way our partners choose to run their businesses and manage our partnerships accordingly. We can confirm that Hulk Hogan will not appear in WWE 2K16. Makes sense, Ash, doesn't it?
It's not the first time we've seen something similar to this. I think there's definitely been instances, not that I can think of any right now, but there's definitely been instances before where we've had this, where someone has been taken out of a game for one reason or another.
Madden last year, they took out... if it was, we need Dan here for this, but if it was Ray Rice, he punched his wife in an escalator of a hotel or something.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And he got cut by his team. And then
it's
he got
definitely
taken out of the game.
Yeah, it's definitely.
But he actually got updated out of the game because the game was already out, I think.
Oh, okay, right.
So that was even more different. But the game developers,
they've got to think about their reputation, haven't they?
Yeah, they've got to do whatever their partners are doing, I think. Really.
And they're thinking about their image, and of course they don't want to be seen to be supporting somebody who they
people may believe to be.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's it. They want to not be linked to, or given the view that they're supporting this person in any way. So it's standard.
It's but it's not all bad news.
It's not all bad news
because we have, whilst Hogan is out, Schwarzenegger is in.
I'll be back.
You'll be back. Are you Hogan there, or are you Schwarzenegger?
What did Hogan say? I can't remember what.
Well, no, but I'm just saying he's out, so he's the one who'll be coming back.
I know.
Schwarzenegger won't be back. He's already there.
Yeah, okay, he's never been there, so it was a rubbish catchphrase to use.
Anyway, so if you pre-order the game,
I'll be in.
You're on point.
Okay, sorry, mate.
If I closed my eyes, I'd actually think that Arnie was sitting next to me. That's how perfect it is.
I know.
Pre-order the game. Terminator will be a playable character. I have no idea why they're picking the Terminator. Like, give us like a classic legend wrestler, like not the Terminator. It's just such a weird thing to have as a wrestler. Or, like maybe a celebrity that's maybe once appeared in wrestling. I mean, Arnie's probably turned up at WWE, but it's just such a weird thing. If you want to entice people to pre-order the game.
Do they still throw in like The Undertaker and...
Oh yeah, he still wrestles.
Thingy the Clown.
Doink the Clown.
Doink the Clown.
He doesn't wrestle anymore.
No.
The Undertaker's wrestling at SummerSlam this month.
Is he?
Yeah.
I saw an article about him the other day as well.
It was probably him coming back because he's wrestling.
Oh, maybe.
So yeah.
Can't remember what it said. Anyway,
yeah.
That was when WWE was WWF, and I used to watch it as a kid, and I don't think I've seen it since.
Oh, I used to love wrestling. I was so into it. I had like the when me and my brother were kids.
You had the little ring and the little men that went in the ring and...
No, far sadder than that.
Oh, right.
I used to have like the fake belt, and I used to have like all the volume sounds, and we used to like play the songs and like used to come out and then like wrestle each other. Which is probably worse for me because like I was basically beating up a 5-year-old because my brother was like 5 or 6 and I was like 10 or 11. But yeah, good times.
So Terminator
in WWE if you're interested in that at all.
Hasta la vista.
That is exactly what we're saying to the news right now.
It is.
We're now on to the games. Not a great week for video games, but there is Life is Strange Episode 4 available on PC, Xbox, PS4. I think it's on the previous gen as well. The latest episode in the 5-part series. And I've played it. I played it yesterday. And I'm just going to say, holy fuck. That's all I'm going to say. No spoilers, but that ending, well, and the start, and the middle is kind of just going along. But the start, wow.
Life is Strange. I played the first episodes, or the
teaser bit
bit of the first episode. And really enjoyed it, and I've not got on to playing any others since. But after sort of speaking to you and not giving away too much, I'm intrigued to carry on with the series, pick up the rest of the episodes that I've missed. Just because I want to know what's happened in episode 4.
Mate, seriously, it's like. Okay. And I was reading stuff on the internet last night, and people are like, "Oh yeah, completely saw that all the way." It's like, Nathan.
Okay.
So, without any spoilers, but there's a bit of a twist.
Okay.
But
I like twists.
Yeah, they've been releasing these episodes every about 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah.
So I would say if you start in a couple of weeks' time, you could then do like 1 episode a week.
Yeah. And are they releasing a bit like Resident Evil? Are they releasing the full set?
The full set will be available. Yeah. I would imagine
as a sort of box to buy.
You can still buy. Oh.
That's what I mean.
I don't know if it'll go physical now.
Yeah, because what they did with Resident Evil is they had the episodes over. I think it was again 5 episodes, and then they released it hard copy, physical game, on the day of release of the last episode.
I mean, it is Square Enix, so they obviously have as a publisher, they have quite big scope to release it. I would be surprised if they did it physically.
I know it's not quite as big as what Resi is.
And Resi was different because they did it week on week.
It was weekly, yes.
I honestly don't know. We'll probably find out when episode 5 is announced.
Yeah. But either way, Life is Strange. I mean, I think from someone who has experienced a bit of it, I did enjoy it, and it's just really lack of not having any time that I've not played the rest. Yeah. But
So we'll go through these fairly quickly. There's nothing really we can add much on these. So we've got World of Tanks for the Xbox One and Xbox 360. It's a tank shooter multiplayer. There's cross-platform between the 2 consoles, which I thought was quite cool, but I'm not a big fan of multiplayer shooters anyway, let alone when it's tanks. So it's just... I've heard of the title. I think it's been on PC before.
It's on they advertise it on the telly all the time, don't they? It's tanks now PC, and it just looks pretty naff. Yeah.
Well, The Swindle, which is PS4, PS3, and Vita. This one looks quite interesting. It's a 2D platformer. You're basically a thief. You have to go into a building and complete successfully a heist, and then the cops come in. You have to evade them and get away. Now, whilst that's interesting in itself, what makes it extra interesting is that the levels are randomly generated and no 2 heists are the same. So the game is effectively endless in its possibilities, which, similar to something like Rogue Legacy or from that sort of experience, it makes those sorts of games that much more fun.
Yeah.
Difficult and frustrating because you can never learn to master a level because the level is never the same. But
I like games like this where there is that sort of random aspect to things cropping up or things being generated. So it's it's something different that we see more and more now from games.
Yeah, then we've got a Velocibox.
Velocibox, yeah.
Velocibox.
I'd go with Velocibox.
This time the Ultimate Bundle. I'm guessing this must come with extra cubes or something.
Yeah.
The game in itself is a runner game at heart. I've called it kind of like a cube runner. Basically, you are a cube and you go through this. It looks sort of Tron-like world, doesn't it? It's very.
It is, yeah. It looks
very straight-edged. And I don't mean it's not drinking. I mean literally, it's all cubed and everything. And
it is.
You basically rotate the world.
So
in order to
keep flipping around.
You'll see on the trailer the overlay we're doing, but very fast. Very fast.
Well, the trailer looks fast. I don't know if that's maybe
at hard level, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Hopefully,
level 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it looks quite interesting.
It looks great. It does. It looks really, really good. And we've seen a few games like this. We had one only last week that was a sort of cube.
With Cube Director's Cut.
Cube Director's Cut.
More like a puzzle game, wasn't it?
It was more of a puzzle game, yeah. But it reminded me of that a little bit.
Yeah. Next up, the next few games, we don't really have much to add on these, so we're going to kind of go through them quite quickly.
Yeah.
King's Quest Complete Edition, PS4, Xbox One,
Nah.
or you can even buy Chapter 1 if you don't want the whole edition to give it. It's a graphic adventure game, kind of story driven, very similar to Telltale, set in the olden times, medieval maybe, some might say.
Matt was going to write medieval, but he couldn't spell it.
No, olden times. It's fine. Yeah, I'm not a big medieval guy or that kind of era of places. I mean, Game of Thrones is kind of like an exception, which you could class as medieval, I suppose.
You could, yeah. I'm sure some would disagree, but yeah, you could. I mean, that's sort of, I know what you're saying. It's just,
you know what I mean.
Back in the day,
the knights, no electricity.
Yeah.
Horses, probably.
Yeah, but it
might be okay. I haven't played. It's going to be story driven, so it's going to be basically how good the story is and whether or not it's any good.
Yeah, the fact that it is a Telltale game.
Well, it's not a Telltale game.
Well, the fact that it's a story driven game similar to Telltale, that part of it does put me off a little bit because I'm not a massive fan of these kind of games. But
unless it's Life is Strange.
Life is Strange looks pretty good.
Yeah, but that's more grounded.
Yes.
21st century teenagers. Next two, pretty much passing on both of these from our personal points of view, but we'll make you aware of them. We've got Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist for PS4 and Xbox One. Now, all I remember from Yu-Gi-Oh! Was basically that it was a rip-off poor man's Pokemon, so I don't really care about it personally. But if you're interested, that game is out this week. I know Ash doesn't even like Pokemon, so he's not going to like a knockoff Pokemon.
Exactly.
Next up, we've also got Magic Jewels for the Xbox One. And that's Jewels with a D, not as in like crown. This is another Magic game, Magic the Gathering and all that. Huge following, huge respect to those people, but not really the thing that I'm into. And, well, you look at Ash and you tell me whether or not he looks like a Magic guy or not. I'm pretty sure you can make your own assumption from his vacant look, even though it is there most of the time. It's just extra apparent.
But the next game...
The next game, there you go. Squid Hero for the Xbox One.
Oh, you're going to love that name. That title. It's just... it sells it. It sells the game. Matt, are you going to buy this? Squid Hero.
You can't. You're going to have to buy a Kinect for it.
Squid Hero.
Yeah, I know.
Squid
I
Hero.
saw it.
Yeah.
There's a difference between squid and octopus.
Yeah, I know, but... Squid.
So, yeah, this is a Kinect game. You basically wave your... similar to that. Not like that. To mimic its movement. You move it through the water. You take on what they call epic boss battles. I doubt they're epic. It's the closest you'll ever get to being a squid, but I don't really have any interest in being a squid, so pass.
Who hasn't dreamt of being a squid?
And then closing out the list is Angry Birds 2 for the iOS. More Angry Birds. I've played it for a couple of hours. There's a few free to play game elements that I don't like. That if you fail a level, you can then use gems to buy more birds if you want to, which obviously you collect through the game, and then you can probably buy with real money. And then also, if you fail a level so many times, you then can't play it for another half an hour unless you probably pay. It's free-to-play stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, this is just your standard, free-to-play in-app purchases kind of thing that you get with...
free-to-play bullshit is what it is.
Yeah. Free-to-play until you die, and then you have to pay money.
So, yeah.
I avoid these games like the plague. I really just don't agree with them at all.
So far, I haven't had to pay because I just complete all levels because I'm awesome at Angry Birds. So, pick of the week, Ash.
Pick of the week. It's... as much as I love my squid, it's got to be Life is Strange rings. Yeah. It's got to be Life is Strange. Episode 4. Whilst I won't just be getting episode 4 right now, I will be working my way through the series because... played the first part of it, and if you haven't picked it up, you've got to have a look at it. I don't know if you can still pick up that sort of teaser. I don't know if you can, like a demo I don't know if it's still available, but if not,
just buy it anyway.
Check out episode 1. They're not expensive. What are they?
£4 episode, I think. Maybe the first episode is cheaper. I think it's like maybe £3 for the first one, and then £4 for the next 4.
Yeah.
Or you can then buy the season pass for like £15 to get all of them. Whatever.
No, it's a good game. It's you can really. Matt can tell you more about it, but I think it's you can really relate to the characters. So
I love it. I would call it my game of the week, but Ash has already given it a shout out. It is the best game of the week, but I want to give a honourable. Almost fell off the table there.
Easy.
I want to give an honourable shout out to the Swindle because it does look a fun little platform game, and it is one that I'm very intrigued by. So I will be checking that one out to see how it plays. But yeah, Life is Strange. Oh my god, I need episode 5 right now. It's like an addiction. I just want to know what happens.
Cliffhanger.
It is.
Yeah, we all like a good cliffhanger on a game.
So that's it, Ash. We survived.
We did.
Probably our best show. Don't need Dan.
Hopefully Dad's already turned off by this point.
He won't watch. He never watches.
No.
It's fine. He's not watching now. Are you, Dan? If you are, then...
we were joking.
We're not joking.
He was joking.
I'm not joking.
Okay.
So thank you for watching, everyone. Let us know in the comments down below and if you're excited with the new lineups on PlayStation Plus, Games with Gold, or how excited you are to be as the Terminator. Will that make you pre-order the game? I'm not going to pre-order it, but you might be different. Let me know. And thank you for watching, Ash. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, thanks. It's good. Got a bit of a busy week this week, so yeah, plenty to mull over.
Yes.
Party chat on Wednesday.
Of course. Don't forget, we'll be there. Just the two of us, probably. We don't need Dan.
You don't need to sing again, by the way.
I'm not going to sing.
Good.
Bye, everyone.